morning, garden friends. Today I'm going to be working on some hanging baskets for in the romantic courtyard. I'm working out here for two reasons. It's a beautiful day, and then my garden shed is toe up from the floor up. I've gotten a lot of supplies, and with everything that we've been working on, really haven't had an opportunity to get everything organized. But like I said, it's a beautiful day, so I'm gonna take advantage of potting up some baskets. Now, I'm trying some new flowers. As you guys all know, that the Proven Wonders bubblegum petunias are my favorite. But I am going to be trying out the Super Tunia Vista Jazzberry in these baskets and see how well these guys do along with the Silver Falls. I think that combination is gonna look nice. And as you guys know, I don't pack my baskets, my containers, or my window boxes, but I am planning on putting two of these in the hanging baskets because they're 14 inches round, and two of the Silver Falls in here, and then of course mulch them. And then as I always do, I'll take the bottom portion of the plants off just to give it more room for new roots to take. So let's go ahead and get these baskets done up. And as always, I'll be putting my biotone in each of the pots so that they got a nice healthy start. I was actually thinking about putting some of those crystals to help with retaining water, but because of where these guys are going to be at, by 1 o'clock the sun is off of them, so they'll end up getting that morning sun to where they don't end up drying out so quickly on me. And then I'll just water them. I can do my other plants. Now I know people use different types of, potting soil. Lowe's had this Miracle Grow on sale, 2 for $16. So I figured I'd just go ahead and use this. Now, while it does have, fertilizer in it, I'm still gonna put the biotone since it's slow release. And, I so love, when I do end up having hanging baskets, especially with the new area, how I have it laid out, it's just gonna bring everything together. And like I said, I'm gonna put two of these in. I don't know if these guys grow as vigorously as the bubble gum, but let me just give you a little bit of the specs on these. It says full to part sun. They get 12 to 24 inches tall, so it does sound like they get pretty big. So it says a mounting trailing. So some characteristics of the bubble gum. Zones, it's an annual for us, except for in zone 10A through 11B, and then regularly fertilizing. And then usually with all of my annuals, I do have them on a regular schedule. So I think I'm gonna work these guys in the center and then place the Silver Falls around the edge. I mean, if you look at this is part of the reason why I do take the bottom portion off is, I mean, this got some really good roots on it. And with this container being a little bit smaller, what it'll do is it'll allow the roots to have more space to get their roots going. Silver Falls are sort of tangled. And look at those roots. I wonder if I could like split it and have like, I think I'm gonna do that. Let me see if I can split it like this and probably not. You know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna chance it. You know, I think I'm going to put 3 of these guys in there. Just so that it has that symmetry. This guy's a little dry. I'll make sure I water these guys really good. And this is the thing. I did the Silver Falls last year in my window boxes, and I'm going to put some in there when I get to doing those. I did not realize, I thought they were annuals for us, but my one that I have on the other side of the garden shed, I got new growth. So I think what I'm gonna be doing, especially since we are building a greenhouse, is I'm gonna see if I can overwinter these guys, you know, and then don't have to worry about purchasing any. Let's go ahead and get this packed. Soil, make sure the roots are all nice and covered. And then too, I choose not to get flowers that are already blooming. I mean, I got a couple of these that did have some blooms on them, but I was particular about making sure the ones that I got did not have a lot of blooms on them, because I like to see that transformation. Because a lot of times it ends up, you know, just looking normal, you know, no wow factor to it until the flowers start to bloom. And my mulch. And like I said, I like to mulch because, number one, especially with hanging baskets and also containers, it helps some in retaining the moisture for the soil. You know, I wonder if I should water these first. Well, you know what, let me just pack. I'm gonna pack it in really tightly. See if there's any areas that I need to add more dirt. Oh yeah, I sure do. Just to make sure the roots have good contact with the soil. And I know the one year I had used the black liners. Now, while it coincided with the look that I wanted, I had noticed that because the dark fabric absorbed the heat more so, they were drying out a little too fast for me. Part of the reason why with the, what is this stuff? Whatever this stuff is. The birds would come and grab it and make their nest out of it. But when I looked at the pros and cons, it makes sense to go ahead and use the cocoa liners instead. Okay, guys, there's one down. Let me go ahead and do the other two, and then we will get back on camera and I'll show you where I got them placed. Okay, well, they don't look like much. Like I said, I am not that instant gratification gardener. But I think once the petunias start to bloom, these guys are gonna look really nice and full here. All right, like I said, it's not really much to see because I do not stuff my baskets, but I think that's gonna end up looking very pretty once these guys end up taking off. But I did get all three of them lined up here, and that's gonna look nice. And then I got a new plant, which is right here. This is called a Silene Rolley. It'll get 18 inches in height. It is, what is it? It can be trailing, semi-trailing, and it goes from late spring to early summer. I decided to put it in a pot because it's new, to see how it'll end up doing. It's a semi-evergreen, but what's unique about this, it can be an annual, biannual, herbaceous, or an evergreen, and it's pest and disease free generally. So I'm loving the fact of adding this to my garden and see how it does. And look at those adorable little flowers on there. All right, garden friends, slowly but surely, these last finishing pieces that we need to do to finish our romantic courtyard is coming along very, very nicely. Thank you again for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner, and I look forward to you checking out my next video. And if you enjoy my content, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. I so appreciate it.